Hey, my amazing fishing friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into what promises to be a truly fascinating day on the water, the 13th of October 2025, right here in beautiful New Zealand. I've crunched the numbers, checked the charts, and I've got some insights that might just surprise you and definitely help you land that trophy catch. So grab your coffee, sit tight, because this forecast is packed with practical tips and some intriguing details about why this particular Monday is shaping up to be a real head-scratcher, or perhaps a hidden gem for anglers across the country. Let's talk about the main event, what's biting and how to get 'em. Based on our conditions, we'll focus on some true Kiwi classics. First up, for you freshwater enthusiasts, the rainbow trout or brown trout are going to be key players. It's spring here, meaning these fish are shaking off the winter sluggishness and are on the hunt to pack on condition after spawning. You'll find them active, but a bit spread out due to the still relatively cool and mixed lake waters. Look for them in areas with good cover like submerged logs, weed beds, and along drop-offs in the lakes. The river mouths, especially those with a bit of colour from recent rain, will also be hot spots as trout move in. For tactics in lakes, try jigging or trolling, with small, bright lures or even soft plastics mimicking baitfish. If you're targeting rivers, a heavier nymph rig with larger patterns will be effective in the higher coloured flows, or even kitspin fishing with small bladed spinners. Don't shy away from using weight streamers or worm patterns in stained water. The fish will need something visible. Now for those who prefer the salty spray, let's talk about Iki snapper. And all Kahawai snapper will be a good bet, especially around the northern parts of the North Island and Tasman Bay in the South Island. They're still transitioning into their warmer water habits, so look for them in deeper coastal areas and around reefs, particularly during the change of light, early mornings and late afternoons. Soft baits. Presented slowly on a light jig head can be deadly, or a classic stray-line setup. With fresh pilchard or squid will always get their attention. Kahawai, on the other hand, are your ever-reliable fighters. They're widespread and aggressive year-round. Look for active schools near river mouths, in estuaries, and along the coast. They'll readily hit almost anything, a bit small metal spinner, or a soft plastic jerk shadow. Worked quickly can induce aggressive strikes. They're fantastic on light gear, putting up a brilliant fight. All right, my friends, let's break down the science of why our fish will be acting the way they are today, the 13th of October. The weather. For Auckland, we're looking at a high of 22 degrees Celsius and a low of 15 degrees Celsius, with occasional rain and strong northwesterly winds. Wellington will see a high of 17 and a low of 9 degrees Celsius, with a few afternoon showers and strong northwesterlies. Across the country, expect the weather to be cool, especially overnight. These strong northwesterlies can stir up the water, bringing food to the surface in some areas, but also making for choppier conditions. The occasional rain means rivers might be running a bit higher and discoloured, which can actually be a good thing for trout, as it provides cover and washes in food. Water temperature. In October, New Zealand's sea temperatures are generally cool, averaging around 12 to 16 degrees Celsius, around 54 to 61 degrees Fahrenheit, in many coastal areas like Auckland, and even cooler in the south around Christchurch, at about 11 to 12 degrees Celsius, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Inland lakes are also still cool, which means the water layers are well mixed, and fish won't be confined to specific depths by thermoclines. This dispersion means you might find fish at various levels, but they'll be actively feeding as their metabolism increases with the warming spring conditions. Moon phase. Today, the 13th of October 2025, the moon is in its last quarter phase. The illuminated surface is around 53% and decreasing. In the southern hemisphere, the right side of the moon will be illuminated. Many anglers believe that fishing can be good during the last quarter, as the changing tides and light levels can stimulate feeding activity particularly around dawn and dusk. It's often considered a transition period, and while not as strong as a new or full moon, it can still produce results for those who know where to look. Overall fish activity. It's springtime in New Zealand, and that means fish are becoming increasingly active. After the colder winter months and spawning, most species are looking to feed voraciously and regain condition. Freshwater trout are transitioning from their spawning runs, with many kelts returning to lakes, and fat maiden fish becoming very active. The warming temperatures are also bringing more insect activity, leading to mayfly and chironomid hatches that will get trout looking up. In saltwater, species like snapper and kahawai are definitely on the menu as the waters slowly warm. While it's not peak summer game fishing, the inshore species are starting to kick into gear. Considering all these factors, the strong northwesterlies creating some chop, the occasional rain colouring the rivers, the cool but warming water temperatures, and the last quarter moon, I'm going to give the overall fishing forecast for Monday, the 13th of October, a solid good to medium rating. It's a day for the adaptable angler. The fish will be active, but you might need to work a bit harder to find them in the varied conditions. The strong winds could make boat fishing a bit challenging in exposed areas, so sheltered bays and river systems might be your best bet. So get out there, embrace the spring conditions and tight lines, my friends. May your reels scream and your nets be full. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future forecasts. And tell me in the comments below, what's your go-to lure when the wind is blowing? Or what's your best October fishing story? I love hearing from you all.